That's Crete versus 2 tank class heroes. Absolutely, you need this guy. What's up, Commanders? Fusebox back on Eternal Evolution, and we're going to talk about Crete, my man Crete. My favorite character as of now, for sure. This is a game changer. I've had people ask me, is he really such a game changer? Yes. Even if you don't have him to Immortal, he's going to pave the path to getting all the extra rewards to get him to Immortal quicker. I mean, this guy is going to drive you so far. And so I still stick to my guns. Week 2, go for Emma. Week 3, go for Crete. Even if you can only obtain 1 copy, get that copy. Because then you can use gene hybrids every other week to try to put into him. It doesn't matter how little you play, how low spend you are, or free to play. You want to get a copy of any good hero so that you can build them up with hybrid genes. Okay, so definitely get Crete. We're going to talk about what makes him good. We're going to talk about the commanders to use with him, some of the, at least the runes that I have. So let's get into him. It's an easy kit. We don't have to take a long time. He does damage based on defense. He does good damage. We'll talk about that in a minute. But when he hits people, he reduces their defense. So he's already become useful for your team. They do more damage once he breaks defense, and he will pretty much do it to everybody. So if you don't have Luke, this is your defense break. He can up your damage on any boss, any wave. All right, so A2, after a small delay, he's going to charge the enemy and knock them back, okay? This counts as a displacement move. That's going to be important in a minute. So he rushes in, knocks them back, which is useful in many ways, positioning teams, positioning the enemy. But most importantly, that displacement can gain him a shield. We'll look at that in a minute. Then he's got the A3. Big hit, but it increases his defense for every... Once you got the talent, we'll look at the talents. It will increase his defense for every enemy on the field. This is basically just a free 20%. Just a free 20%. So extra defense built into his kit. And then this is the gift that just doesn't stop giving, right? Brute Bull, to break this down, he gets a bonus to his defense and a bonus to his damage reduction for all the enemies lasting until the end of the battle. It increases. It just doesn't stop. There's more and more and more. It never stops. You get his talents up. He's getting a ton of flat-out damage mitigation and defense to help mitigate damage. We're talking about damage reduction, just cutting it all down. His defense begins to pile through the roof without you worrying about it. We're going to look at his gear in a minute, and he becomes the tank that just won't quit. Before we jump in his gear, how to build him, there definitely is a way to build him. He's one I suggest investing in the talent tree, 100%. As you level him, as you evolve him, basically... If you're trying to conserve these points and save them for where you need them, hit all of his talents and just take a click and keep moving through these talents by choosing one, moving up, getting it, and go through and get the talents open, all these squares. Afterwards, start focusing on this huge HP percentage bonus and this huge defense percentage bonus, and then work your way back. Start looking at things like extra defense, extra HP here. And these are really not all that important, but they're cheap. So if you want them, get a little bit extra defense and HP. Definitely push his talent tree. These are the things that make him increasingly mitigate damage. So on top of that, let's look at how you build him, and then we're going to look at how he gets shields out of this and even more damage. Though he can do big damage, do not underestimate his value as a tank, right? He's a Vanguard, and as of right now, Vanguards are better tanks than the tanks, right? So they're better than Guardians. You definitely want to be building him in a pretty specific way. HP gloves, HP helmet, defense reduction on the boots. And then be looking for things like more damage reduction, more HP, more defense, and that's it. Pile up HP, and if I could, these would, I just don't have it, but these would also be in an HP set. I took defense, the lesser of two evils, since I didn't have it, and pile this HP up, pile the defense and the damage mitigation afterwards, and you're set. It's that simple. It's that easy. And let's talk about his exclusive. All right, his exclusive weapon is the Flame Sledgehammer. I say get it to 20. I'm really close. I need 40 more, which seems like forever. But you definitely get this bigger gain in damage reduction here. 30 is absolutely worth it. Plus, you're building up these amazing stats along the way. But 20 is reasonable for the amount that you get, in my opinion. Definitely go for 20 before you start working on other heroes. I'm not even there yet, and he's still already amazing, like absolutely amazing. So let's also show how we'll talk about where to use him, how to use him, but let's go to one of the places he works. Every one of your farming stages. He'll be on my team in Decent Caves. He's tanking the boss, right? Breaking defense, tanking the hits, the main hits. Everybody else just has to heal up from AoEs. He is in Terra Dome. In Terra Dome, he's doing the same thing, plus he is melee damage. So he's in the circle doing damage. If you're outside of that blue circle, you're not doing damage. So he's useful as both soaking up the main amount of damage from the boss and doing damage. And then, you guessed it, on the marsh for the spider, he is also front and center. He's here to do the exact same thing. He does AoE damage, so it adds up good, but he's also protecting us from any of the brunt attacks from the actual spiders, while everybody else is just doing AoE damage to take care of the job. So he fits into all of them. Now, the place you want to farm is Decent Caves. As you see, I still need better pieces of gear, even for him. So I farm 14. It's much easier for me, and we are going to just real quick. So I am using this for damage output to get this done quickly, but we will switch back now that I don't have to do it so quickly. I've already gotten all my rewards. This is what I use. Hagridon. You could also use your Gouter, okay? Both of them are going to give him a shield of 30% of their HP when they use a displacement move. Now remember, when he does his A2 or his A3, it is a displacement move, right? His ultimate and his second ability, they're both displacement moves. He slams into the ground, he gets a shield for 30% of that 1.7 million HP we have on him. And then we can also use, if you have it, we are using the wrong one here. Pain Rune. So this will let that shield explode doing AoE damage. I guess by 20% of the shield. It doesn't really explain that too well. The English broken. But anyways, it can actually stun. There's a chance to do a small stun. And even short-term stuns are useful because they can interrupt spells or abilities. So assigning this, now we're going to just watch him. We'll just go ahead and fight this real quick because I need the gear. And his job's simple, right? Tank and spank. Everybody else has a very specific job here. So I take Taylor off of auto. Personally, what I do. Ampu actually makes this easier, but either way, we're going to put Taylor way over here on the right and put him back on auto so that he will actually be inclined to attack the ad. Beautiful thing, Crete will go after the ad. So he'll help you do damage to kill it when it pops up. Once you get to stage 11 or 12, an ad pops up and it will try to heal the boss. So now we're set up to quickly tear down the shield and automatically start fighting the ad with Taylor, and Crete will jump over there and join. But watch his HP bar. He uses that ability, he gains a shield. Now the shield went awfully quick there. Oh, I didn't change. He didn't get a shield. I didn't change my... That's all right. He's not going to die here. That's how tanky he is. So let's zip through this since all he's doing is tanking and spanking, and we'll show the difference with his shield. Maybe we can watch how this goes. If he ever gets down half health or so, we'll change the commander and show how amazing those things work together.
Drinking at the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow. Don't worry, that's a motto. So we keep moving along. Ooh, driving down a Cabo in a sunburned Eldorado. Don't worry, that's a motto. So we keep moving along. So we keep moving along. 'Cause 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 we keep moving along. '
what we'll do. You see his health, he's going to be fine, and we almost killed this boss. We're going to run it with the shield now, and we'll zip through it just to see the difference. So we meant to have the Hagridon assigned, and we wanted, we got Pain Rune, so now he'll have a shield and he'll get the damage from it. And what we might do is swap out Taylor for Ampu, who's actually really good at killing the ad without doing anything, just to make this easier on us. So we're taking away a little bit of the damage dealing abilities by changing to a safer. Now let's just watch his health bar. There, he just did his little slide, his bull rush. He got a bunch of shield. And then when he does his big slam in just a second, his energy is almost full. You'll see him get that shield again. So during that time, he's not being affected by damage, and it gives the healer plenty of time to keep him topped off, making him a super tank. So you have two options, Gaudier or Hagridon, for using, and I do like that Pain Rune to explode that shield for extra damage. So we don't have to worry much about the ad, because Ampu explodes. It'll kill it if anybody else doesn't get to it. Crete himself will go after that ad, which is great. Now let's zip through it.
It doesn't matter what you say anymore. 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 No surprise, you represent corruption. You've been on a path of destruction. So you side with America, yet you sympathize with the problem every chance that you get. Pack your bags, here's a bill for the rent. And don't forget to pay us back for every cent you spent. It's better late than never, now it's over. You're done. It doesn't matter what you say anymore.
Right, easy peasy, and you saw his health staying much more stable by having that one of those two commanders, either Hagridon or Gaudier. So that, using that combination, is going to help you push anywhere. Now, I'm stuck, but he's the reason that I'm stuck, because he got me so far. I'm on 35-28, and I am hard stuck right now. But what we'll do is we're going to put him up to the challenge. We're going to put him in with 3 healers, compare that to 2 tanks with 3 healers, and see which one lasts the longest amount of time, since I still got to work myself through this stage. It does not want me to challenge it without my heroes. Okay, here we go. This is simply him. Now watch that, the use of that shield. He gained that shield, giving us time to get a heal. He does a big slam, gains a big shield, giving us time to heal. We're at 1:15. He's still holding on, right? Still holding on. Hopefully they don't kill our healers, because that will actually affect us more. Big shield. We're at 1:05. Big shield just from every ability. He's getting these shields and doing a lot of damage. I mean, 6 million damage. We're at 56 seconds. Big shield. Hold in there. He got another big shield. They're going to start killing our healers in a second. So this is just Crete with 3 healers. Crete with 3 healers. As long as he keeps getting that shield, how amazing is that? We're at 37 seconds. We're down to 2 healers. He's just a wall. He's just a wall. There we go. 30 seconds. He died at 30 seconds and had 9.1 million. 9.1 million damage. More importantly, he lasted until 30 seconds were left. Now let's give 2 tanks, and they are built, and they have most of their masteries. They have over 1 million HP, good defense. So I'm going to use both of them. 2 tanks versus 1 Crete. We made it to 30 seconds exactly and did 9 million damage. So the stun's going to help, but Orissa's trying to die. At least we got 3 healers. And now that they killed Orissa, they're just going to go after healers and kill the bear. And they're dead. 1:12. 1:12 and a couple 100,000 between the 2 of them, right? Yeah, 300,000 or so between the 2 of them. That's Crete versus 2 tank class heroes. Absolutely, you need this guy. You can use him everywhere. You'll use him everywhere. He will push. Obviously, he'll push through your soul mine. get you stuck real high in soul mine. The same thing. He's just doing that job. Now let's talk about arena. You're going to want this guy in arena. And now being in the top 10 is really difficult. I'm not going to be able to beat anybody. It's just not going to happen. But I'm telling you, I'm going to buy this just to show you all these teams that are ahead of me. They have Crete and Leo, right? Deadly combination. Crete and Leo. Let's see. Got Crete and Leo. Crete is going to be everywhere. You're going to use him right through to the end game. I'm telling you, this is pretty low, so we'll just take the win. We're going to take the win. We've got Crete. We're going to probably get away. Did they have, I don't know, did they have a Daniel back there? I didn't really look at the team. No, this will be a win. So Crete, pushing them back, getting them in a group for my AoE heroes, which Ampu likes them to be grouped up so they're all at the outer border and hit them. Other than that, I'm letting Emma just do main damage, but Crete, PvP, PvE, every single boss. If you're struggling keeping any boss, also the Sith Spider in your guild hunt, it's all about AoE damage. What better hero to tank that up and do AoE damage if you don't have 5 strong AoE heroes? I prefer not to bring a tank or a healer on those bosses. I go for all-out damage, but he can kind of pull off both, right? If you've got the time, you can swap in some crit rate gloves for his HP just for that one fight and go in on the Sith Spider and tear it apart. But he's on every team that needs damage mitigation or needs a wall between my damage dealers and the rest of the enemy team. Get him, at least get 1 copy so that you can put those hybrids into him every week as you earn and pull more cards, because when it comes to the Ancient Altar, he's going to be huge and you're going to get a lot of these limited cards taking him in there. So definitely be working on him. Don't miss him on week 3 or any other opportunity you have to get him. Go ahead and get him. Until next time, enjoy the grind.